Hi, my name's Tim. Welcome to the Memory Lab. Here we provide equipment for digitizing home movies as well as scanning photographs and even negatives. The Memory Lab is based on a DIY model, or do-it-yourself, which means we train you how to do it and you actually see the process through from beginning to end. The Memory Lab here at Washington Memorial was made possible by a grant from the Institute of Museum and Library Services. The lab can be reserved for 3-hour sessions. You can reserve up to 2 appointments per day in advance. And of course, you have the option to stay longer if there are no appointments after you. Here at the lab, we can convert VHS and VHS-C videotapes into digital formats. We can also scan photos, slides, and negatives into digital formats. Memory Lab users will have to provide their own flash drive, hard drive, or of course cloud storage to take home the end product here. Okay, let's get to work. The video side of our lab consists of an iMac computer and a rack containing a VCR, monitor, and accessories. To turn on the rack, locate the switch at the top right corner. Once turned on, the monitor should look like this, and the VCR should look like this. To use the iMac computer, turn on the wireless mouse first. Once turned on, moving the mouse and clicking should allow you to wake up the computer. Do the same for the wireless keyboard. A password may be needed to unlock the computer. If so, contact a staff member. Occasionally, the monitor in the rack may have a no signal screen. In this case, make sure the VCR is turned on. This issue may persist until a videotape is inserted into the VCR. The primary functions we will be using on the VCR are play, pause, stop, rewind, and fast forward. When done using the VCR, make sure your tape is fully stopped and then press eject. Most finished video files will end up on a flash drive like this. Plug your flash drive into the USB hub located just below and to the right of the computer monitor. Okay, let's get started. If you are not used to using a Mac computer, take a second to familiarize yourself. We start on this basic desktop, and as you can see, there are no icons and very little to use. But if we bring our mouse all the way down to the bottom and then continue to drag as if the cursor is still moving, a small menu of applications pops up. The application we use for this is called OBS, which stands for Open Broadcaster Software. This is often used for live streaming on the internet, but we are going to use it for its recording function to digitize our VHS. Now, I have already loaded my VHS tape into the VCR, so as I opened OBS, I see a screen with static, just like the monitor on the rack. This is made possible by a device called a Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle, which we can see in the list of sources right here. Now, if I click on my source, I have a couple of different options, as you can see here, properties and filters. So let's go ahead and click properties. You can see here a list of our connections as S-Video. This device can be used with several different types of connections, but for the purposes of this, we're going to use an S-Video connection. There are several other settings available here, but none of them need to be changed, so I will go ahead and click on OK, and we'll go back to the main screen. Moving over to filters, I'll give that a click, and we see here that there are 2 types, audio-video and effects filters. For right now, we'll be using an effects filter, so let's bring the cursor down to the plus button and add a filter. We'll choose color correction. So I'll click on that, and then I'll click OK. As you can see here, we once again have a bunch of different options, some of which will be used more than others. Brightness and saturation will be really useful. And alright, moving back to the main window here, which you can see is showing the same static as the TV monitor over in the rack. If I reach over and I press play on the VCR, we can see it starts playing on both the TV monitor and the computer screen. The sound will play from the TV monitor, although you can't hear it here in this video at the moment. So down here is our audio level meter, and as you can see it's clipping right now, meaning that there's too much noise, so we're going to bring down using this slider till we're right in the middle of that yellow area, which is where we want the audio to be. Okay, so moving on from audio to the video part, you can see it's a little bit dark up here. So let's get to work on that. First, I'm going to push stop on the VCR and then push rewind to bring the tape back to the beginning. Alright, now that I've rewound it, I'm going to press play on the VCR and then make sure my Blackmagic device is selected and then click on filters. Our video will show up in this space, so let's click on color correction and let's adjust the brightness using its slider, and let's say I think it could use a bit more color, so let's use the color saturation. Play around with that a little bit. And there we go. I'll close out of that, and now you can see that the color is more vibrant and the picture is a little brighter, and then I'll stop and rewind my tape to get it ready for the final digitization. There are, of course, other filters to use, such as audio-visual filters. A very useful filter here is the noise suppression filter. That'll allow you to take out background noise and hiss and stuff like that. Another filter you might use is the crop pad filter in the effects. That'll allow you to crop parts out of video, or chroma key, which will allow you to replace a whole background color. That's like green screen. Similar adjustments to the color correction, of course, the same kind of sliders. Here, let's look at that again. The same type of sliders, the same type of values, things like that. Okay, so now we are ready to fully digitize our videotape. Over here on the lower right side, there are a few different controls. The important one over here says Start Recording. So I'm going to leave my cursor hovering right over that, and then I will go over here to press play on the VCR. Right away after pressing play, I will go back to the computer and click the Start Recording button. And then we wait for the video to play all the way through. As you can see, it automatically became the Stop Recording button, which will allow us to stop recording at the end of the video. This is going to take a moment because we've got to go through the whole video, so let's just wait. And there, at the end of the video, I hit the stop recording button. Now I'm going to go over here, hit stop on the VCR to stop the tape from playing. And as you can see, up in the right-hand corner, we have a file that has appeared. This is our video file. This is the digitized version of our VHS tape. I can give it a double click, and it will play. Let's just make sure that happens real quick. And there it is. The digital version. You can store this file on your USB drive or portable hard drive, or of course using Google Chrome, upload it to the cloud. Once you're done, make sure to click on any blank space inside the OBS window. Then go up to where it says OBS in the top bar, click on it, click on Quit OBS to make sure you click out of the program. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope that you will also watch our video on how to work our scanner over on the other side of the room, and we'll see you around.